Hello, guys. Welcome to another DW live show. Hi, Dom. How are you?
I am very, very well indeed. Thank you, Neil. How are you?
Very good. DW Live number 19.
I know
Who
we
would have
made it to
thought?
19. It's really cool.
I know.
And with added new backdrop, which can only mean that I am actually back in my office for the first time since the 23rd of March. I am back here and we are live from my studio, my proper studio.
And how hard have you had to work to make your backdrop look like this is just a standard backdrop behind me? And how many props have you bought in? Come on.
No. I'm going to take myself full screen and move out of the way. This is basically just boxes, but it's boxes that actually looks all right.
Makes you look like you're really busy. You got loads of stuff
you
in
can
it.
just about see the fake IKEA greenery. I think it's this one.
And the drone. I've seen the drone as well.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen the drone.
The drone. I'll pull that over. The drone's there. Look, there you go.
So,
but yeah, it's really
what a
nice
guy.
to be back, and being back can only mean that like things are moving forward and we're taking all the steps in the right direction. So it's really good.
Yeah.
Tell us about your week. How have you been?
Oh, amazing. Yeah, really busy as always. Things are definitely ramping up, on the group. Everybody's probably seen there's been a lot more inquiries, with the announcements of things starting to get back to normal, from this Saturday onwards. More things have come on the group, more in questions. It prompts a lot more questions from everybody. So, yeah, I think things are moving forward as you would expect.
Has the activity on the group increased?
Definitely. Definitely. We probably went from, I don't know, half a dozen inquiries a day. We're probably getting about 15 now, 15, 20. A normal day pre-COVID was 40, 50, anything up to 100. Right, okay. We've had some crazy days. Yeah. But probably say about 15, 20 at the moment, but steadily coming through, which is we're a good barometer for the industry, I think. So yeah, good news.
Excellent.
Anyway, should we talk about the show today? We are so happy to have the wonderful Emma Cartmell from CHS Group on the show. Been wanting to get Emma on for a little while now to talk about basically adapting and moving forward, and with all the things that are going on in the industry, and Emma's a really good person at having a positive mindset, despite some setbacks with the shows being cancelled and things like that. So can't wait to talk to Emma. And we're also going to be talking to Murdo McLeod from Zest Mixology. This show's brought to you in conjunction with Zest Mixology today. So we're really happy to have Murdo on the show as well. We're going to be chatting to him about how he's been adapting. And also Murdo's worked with Emma. So there's a really good link there as well. So so where are we live
going on? And the very fact that we're able to start doing these shows in conjunction with some of the amazing suppliers that you've got in the group is great, because it means that we can give a really good platform for them to promote themselves as part of this show, while also getting involved in the conversations that we're naturally going to be having anyway. So
absolutely, yeah, that's what we're all about. That's what these shows are all about: learning new things and finding out new things from suppliers and industry experts such as Emma and things like that. Yeah, so absolutely. We are live on. Go on, Dom. I'm going to test you now. Where are we live?
We are live. Well, I'll put the YouTube one to start with, because it's the one that I always like to plug. We are currently live on YouTube at the Delegate Wranglers. I put it on the screen right in front of me there. If you haven't already subscribed to at the Delegate Wranglers on YouTube, that's at the Delegate Wranglers on YouTube, then please do subscribe, because it helps Neil build the profile of the channel and also the Delegate Wranglers as a business and as a brand. So do subscribe to that. So that's where we're live there. We are also live on LinkedIn, which has become my favorite part of this bit, because it means I get to say you can follow me and Neil. You can find me very easily using my name, which is D Compagnoni, or you can follow Neil at
here we go,
Neil-Thompson-Event-Manager, and he still hasn't changed it. That nice, easy to remember at Neil-Thompson-Event-Manager on LinkedIn. So please do with both of us. And we're also live on Periscope, which ultimately ends on Twitter. And obviously, we are live with our friends in the Delegate Wranglers Facebook group. So good afternoon to everybody.
Hello, everyone. Dom, I've logged that one in my head. I'm going to get you back. It's coming, man.
I've had 4 weeks of that. It doesn't matter.
So anyway, in a second, we're going to be saying hello to Emma. We're going to be talking, as I say, we're going to be talking about, how it felt to cancel, CHS Leeds, how Emma's staying positive about the new show, how Emma's moving forward. Emma's a really good inspirational person to talk about all that kind of thing. So really looking forward to the conversation. We've got tons of things. If you've got any questions, please send them in. Speaking of which, Dom, who have we got in the chat room?
Shall we say hello to some people? Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, that'll be good.
Now, I will cover off. I don't think we can actually see who's watching on YouTube, can we? So I'll just cover off who we can see immediately here. So we got 65, 70 odd people watching in the Facebook group. We've got a number of people watching on YouTube, and we've also got people watching on YouTube, which is great, on my LinkedIn profile, which is great. So good afternoon, Jan Denning, Junie Phillips, Sally Ann Clift, Becky Giles, Anika, nice to see you back, Anika. Claire Whitecross. Craig McGee was watching. I don't know if he still is. Murdo, who's going to be joining us shortly, is watching. Hey, Murdo. Julie France, Karina Navarro Moreno Spittle, Becca Stenson, Debbie Walker, Christina Marshall, Ashley Thurwell, Debbie Walker. Again, Paul Butterworth is watching. Afternoon, Paul.
Hello.
Chris Sinafontos. I really hope I've said that right. Jude, good afternoon, Jude. Hey, Jude, it's even less minutes now to my haircut.
Oh,
next Sunday. Can't wait. I got the date wrong.
I love that there, Dom. I love that, Dom. Hey, Jude. Love that. See what you did there. Go on.
Excellent. Mandeep is watching. Emma Gaynor. Good afternoon, Emma. Larissa Bellamy. Wow, there's tons of people coming in. Jill Bollard, Craig. There's Craig. Sam Keithy's watching. Natalie Merrin, Mandy Jennings, Tia. Good afternoon, Tia. Connor, Naomi. Good afternoon, Naomi. Logan, Kathy Joyce, and everyone is now starting to say hi. I think because they know they're going to get mentioned, so I'm going to persevere with this. Anna, Katie McDonald, Catherine Clark, Mandy Jennings, Christina Marshall, and Craig said, "I'm still here. Don't worry." That was the end. Oh, and Sophia's popped up and said, "Hi, Sophia Ferguson." Thank you to everyone that's joined. Oh, and Samantha Hall. I'm going to stop there. I will go to LinkedIn in a minute. We'll do some more hellos in just a minute.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Oh, that's the longest one of those I've done.
So, without any further ado, I am going to say hello to the fantastic Emma Cartmell. Hi, Emma. How are you?
Hi, Neil. I'm really good. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, really, really good. How's your week been? Well, your day being, I guess.
I've just been looking forward to speaking to you today. It's been fab. So just excited to be here.
Oh, we can't wait to talk to you. I've got loads and loads of things to talk to you about. And you know Dom as well, don't you, as well?
Yeah, hi, Dom.
Good afternoon. Very nice to have you on here. I wasn't going to mention this, but I will because we're amongst friends. But the last time we saw you, you were downing a cocktail out of a watermelon.
You have no idea how many times that's been said to me, Dom.
And it wasn't related, not all related to that incident, right?
I didn't get that skill in one try.
And we got all the main culprits on the show again, haven't we?
Yeah,
we got Murdo on, we got Emma on. Anything could happen.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so Emma, do you want to? Do you want to just introduce us about CHS and what what you guys do and what you're up to and that kind of thing, please?
Yeah. So essentially, as a business, I guess we connect hotels, venues, event suppliers to event buyers, and the main way we do that is via events, exhibitions, and other ways as well, kind of media campaigns and such like.
Yeah.
And of course, our flagship event we had our 10th anniversary last year. This year was our 11th year. Was CHS Leeds, and it was postponed first. I look back now in thinking March when I thought this would all be over by July, and it was meant to be a week today actually at CHS Leeds, and then obviously we had to cancel that as well. So now we're looking forward to the next 12 months with lots of exciting plans.
Absolutely. So do you want to tell us, obviously CHS Leeds, a fantastic event. It is honestly one of my favorite events of the year. Absolutely love the atmosphere and everything you created there. That must have been a body blow to kind of, have to cancel it. How did that feel?
Oh, I mean, it was heartbreaking at the time. And I remember just sort of, when we were writing press statements and things like that. It was just when you see it down in black and white, and you kind of think, you know, like,
it hit
oh my
home.
God, like this is what we do. It's not just how we make money. It's not just a job. It's kind of, I think everybody in the events industry would probably resonate with that. It's kind of who we're meant to be, and it's you know, I mean, when it actually comes to cancelling it, you're more in kind of event planning or event de-planning mode, which we've all been in a lot. But at the, you know, it's more the beforehand. It's more when you know it's coming and you know what you have to do, and you feel that it's not that,
the reality,
you know,
kind of hits home.
Yeah, and it's not that we're letting the industry down, but we know how much it's loved. We know how much it's needed in terms of how much business gets done, you know, and it was, you know, amidst everything, you know, it's kind of almost the emotion just kept, like, you know, going down and down, and it was kind of, there seemed no end to it, kind of thing. So it was, and for the team, it was,
you know, this is perhaps the one subject, Neil, that you and I haven't covered with this show since all of this started, which is how it's kind of emotionally impacted people, because you know, as suppliers, as event managers, we've all taken a hit. We had a huge piece of business cancel right at the beginning of this. We kind of went from winning it to pretty much signing a contract to losing it in 48 hours, and that was just a short period, and that was just one thing. But for people like Emma and other event managers in the world, like, it's the impact that it's had. If it is the way that you make money, if the event that you're putting on is the way that you make money, like, it's had an impact across so many different aspects of life, because not only is there the financial impact, but there's then also well, that's my job, that's what I do.
It's your baby.
How am I going to do
it?
It's your
baby as well.
I think as well, it depends on, I mean, different people will respond in different ways. And I think it all depends on your past experience as well, in terms of how you will react in the moment, and then also how you respond going forward. So I was telling you, Neil, that, you know, the worst part for me was actually the first week in March, because it was when it was all starting to hit, and we had a very one of our small independent venue roadshows. So it's 15 buyers, 15 independent hotels or venues, and it was all starting to hit, and some of the the really big agents had to pull out because of and a couple of the exhibitors, because of travel bans. And it was kind of, in that moment, it's only a couple of people, but you just think that's already having an impact. This was the first week in March, I think it was, and we must have held one of the first ever low cost hybrid events, because what we did, we just had laptops on, got people on Zoom and moved the laptops around the desks, kind of.
Oh, did you really?
And people just had their meetings during Zoom. It was kind of like, the event's tomorrow, what do? We just get people on Zoom.
I can see a new business idea. I like this.
Absolutely, just move those laptops around. There's a job there for somebody, I'm sure. But and that week was probably my hardest week. And I remember the date, it was March the 6th, because, and the reason why it was hard, and not everyone knows this, but I had an event management company before we had this, and it unfortunately went down in 2008 during SARS. Now, not because of SARS, but during SARS. So when COVID-19 hit, it was just coronavirus then, wasn't it? It just hit me like a sledgehammer.
I bet,
because it was just kind of like, I can't do this
again.
Not
again.
I lost everything. Lost my home, the lot, and it was like, it's happening again. And I remember the date, because my stepmom's birthday, it was March the 6th, and I rang her to say happy birthday. And what I actually did was rang her and burst into tears and cried my heart out as soon as I heard her voice. And it's happening again, and I can't do this again. I don't, and all those emotions. And it took me, if I'm honest, a couple of weeks. I really had my head low of just, tears and not knowing what to do, not knowing how bad it was going to be, all those things. It was those 2 weeks for me. I can, feel it now, because it brings back emotions. It brings back all those tough times like you wouldn't believe. But that's when it's the most important time, to surround yourself with good people.
Absolutely. I was just going to ask you about that. Obviously, big thing is being positive and kind of moving forward. you know, having a kind of positive mindset. Did you find it difficult, because obviously you were going through it personally, you know, yourself, like a lot, you know, hugely, and then you've got to be positive for your team and your attitude, you know, outwardly looking, being positive. How did you manage
I mean,
that?
for the first 2 weeks, I could say it was hard, you know, and Julie's on the call now, she's our COO, and she knew, because it was her that, you know, I was ringing and saying, I've got to get myself together with this. But then for me, you do have to have a little word with yourself and sort of dust yourself down and say, you know, you've got this. And for me, what I had to do was remind myself that it's different this time. It's not 2008. You know, I'm a stronger businesswoman. I've been through that. I'm stronger because
you've learned more.
I know.
I was going to say there has to be an element of learning to come out of it as well,
absolutely.
because having gone through it once, you know, kind of not what to expect, because none of us knew. I
mean, what I learned back then, you know, I wouldn't change that now, you know, even all the, you know, the losing everything and what have you. But so for me, once I kind of, you know, had a little word with myself, it was around, you know, and I have a huge, you know, support network. I have business advisors, coaches, I have, you know, official business coaches. I'm a board member of the AEO, so you have that network there. Neil, you and I spoke sometimes. You've got my own team, you've got friends and family. I've also got, we started a few friends in the industry, started doing Wine Club Wednesday, and there's 7 women get together from the industry every Wednesday and have wine. And we all go through different things at different times, and we're just there for each other. And that's a huge network. Was
that running before this?
No, we started, it was a few of us got together to kind of check in on each other, and then we invited a few more people into it, and it's just become a regular.
Will you carry it on?
Yeah, we just can't. The funniest thing was, one of the girls lives in Denmark, and they opened up before us. So one day she took us to a wine bar and drank wine in a wine bar on Zoom, and we were all kind of imagining we were in the wine bar with her, kind of drinking wine. But you know, you need these people around you. So I kind of really did lean on my network, and for me, I guess the next step is really getting informed. And so and I guess I'm quite grateful in respect. It sounds a bit sick, but I loved the learning that I had to do to write our business plan. Again, we, you know, wrote a business continuity plan. I'm a member of lots of different business networks. I got really good advice, and you know, there was 3 stages to the plan. It's like that immediate, what do we do? You know, civil loans, furloughing, HMRC, VAT, all that kind of immediate stuff that
use
had
everything
to get
you could
done. Absolutely, yeah. And then the second phase was all about the show. So it was kind of all the, you know, what do we do if it has to be cancelled? What do we do if it's this? And then it's kind of, you know, at the end of April, we have to ask ourselves these questions, and the answers will determine cancel or not cancel. At the end of, you know, May, ask the same or similar questions to get to the point where, you know, that, and it's not just as straightforward as saying, deep down, it's not going to go ahead. There's lots of, you know, legal implications and all that kind of stuff. So it's not straightforward. And then phase 3 was more kind of big, you know, what ifs. So like almost what are the opportunities out of all this? So I know there's a lot of people using the word pivot a lot, and great things are happening. And for us, it was kind of, okay, what are our assets? Our assets are our people, and not just our database, but the relationship we have with the people on that database. So there's still a lot we can do to help our customers.
I would jump in on that.
Put them in a room.
I would jump in on that as well, because I think one of the other assets, and Neil, you can see this as well, I know, one of the other assets that you've got is the following that you have behind CHS. And, you know, if you're having a down day and you wanted a bit of a pick-me-up, go and look at the comments that you're getting right now in Facebook.
Oh, really?
It's really lovely.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. No, you know, we are absolutely blessed. We really are. We have, you know, and you know, and that's what was heartbreaking about cancelling, actually, is because, you know, we all stand there at the front doors hugging people as they come in, and they're our friends. You know, it's not a
they're all your friends.
transaction. It's,
you know, for example,
sorry?
I was just going to say, for example, you know, we've got Murdo on the show a bit later on, and I know you've worked with Murdo, you know, for a few years now, you know, running the bars at CHS, and you suddenly got to say
that we have, and the following, and the friendship, and you know, it's a great place to do business, but it's also just a great place to be.
But you can see that right there at the moment.
Oh, thank you. No, thank you, everybody.
I might just not say anything else and just watch these comments coming in because it's really nice. Go on.
About kind of the reason for once we had that plan written, it's there. It's the emotion is taken out of it. It's reality versus emotion. So when you write down questions that will deter, the answers will determine whether you cancel or not. It does take the emotion out. So when it actually came to cancelling, we weren't all an emotional wreck. It was, this is what has to be done. It was very clear. We knew it couldn't go ahead. We had a list of, and unplanning an event, as everyone will now know, is, sometimes as tricky as actually planning one. You've got to, go back to all your suppliers. And I must say, our suppliers have been absolutely fantastic. They have, and I guess, again, everybody on the interview, listening today, is that we all will know who has been there for us in this last 4 months, and I think the cream will definitely rise to the top of the people who will come through.
You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow, Emma.
Absolutely,
definitely.
Definitely true.
So anyway,
definitely true.
So moving
Neil,
forward,
sorry, can I just jump in because I had a conversation with someone in this group a couple of weeks ago, and I found it really interesting when I suddenly realised that this could be applied to it. But a few years ago, I went through personal trauma in various ways, and someone pointed me in the direction of the 7 stages of grief. And I've seen this now referred to quite recently, and associating all of those feelings, because it's shock and denial first, and then pain and guilt, anger, depression, the upward turn, reconstruction.
I've said this on our group. I've said that about our group.
Hope. And it's the last stage being acceptance and hope. And I think everybody in different ways and at different times has moved through every single one of those stages about their business, about what they were working on, about a loss that they've experienced as a result of everything that's happened. But everyone that I know right now, literally everyone that I know, would place themselves in that last stage, that the acceptance and hope and looking forward and just saying, right, come on.
Yeah, we're ready for it now, aren't we?
The worst is pretty much gone, we think, and unless you're in Leicester. But now we can but now we can move forward.
And I'll tell you something, if anyone's feeling it still in terms of the financial loss, bearing in mind I went through bankruptcy, the whole lot, I did it in style when I went under. Definitely. I was chatting to somebody who'd previously had a really bad head injury. And in fact, my business coach also had this. He fell off a bicycle and ended up with his brain, and then was out in a coma for 6 months. And someone said to me, try recovering from that when you have no control over it. When you're in a hospital bed in a coma and you have to then learn to live financial, you can get it all back. And one thing I've said a few times to people is, when you have lost everything, nobody can take away your knowledge, your skills, your connections, your reputation, and even if if businesses sadly do go under now, people will come back. It's just a loss of that particular business. It's not a loss of you and your livelihood, but it feels like it at the time. But
in most instances, it's also not a reflection of the person or their skill set. Sometimes, as you've probably experienced, circumstance can just end things, really, unfortunately.
Yeah. So sorry, Neil, you were gonna.
No, I was only. It's all right.
Chatting away.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm only kidding. So Leeds, obviously, we're moving forward from Leeds. And now, obviously, we've got Birmingham coming up in October, which I know you're really excited about. I mean, it's the first time you've done CHS Birmingham. I'm really looking forward to doing it. We're going to be there. We were talking about it. So do you want to tell us a bit about that, the show, the dates, what you got planned, that kind of thing, please?
Yeah, so the date is 27th of October at the ICC in Birmingham. And one of the reasons why I'm really excited about it is because for the last 4 months now, we've all been in this survival mode, and we've all just been kind of walking through mud sometimes, I think. And now, like you said, Don, we can see light at the end of the tunnel. And yes, there are, there will be restrictions. Yes, we still actually don't have a go live date from the government, all that kind of stuff. But what we do have is, that ability to plan regardless. And yes, things will. We're in the events industry. You know, how many times we all said if something can go wrong, it will. This is what we're built for, is for planning ahead. So Birmingham, really excited. We are really upping the ante even more, I guess, in terms of, you know, we need to, there is no such thing as a must attend event. Otherwise, everybody would be, you know, at everything kind of thing. So it's our job to make it compelling for people to want to be there. So that is through the speakers, the education program, the people are going to be there, or the networking, you know, the business that's going to get done. I'm sure Murdo will be there. You know, we've got plans. Murdo, I've not even told about them yet, but you're in the plan.
he can hear you, but everyone else can't yet. So we'll bring him in just a minute. But Murdo, be ready, because she might be about to drop a bombshell here.
He give us a big thumbs up. So
yeah. And one thing, and this is one thing that we're really excited about. So obviously we have to do things like we've removed a lot of the stands, for example, so that we have that that social distancing and what have you. There's lots of things that we have to do practically, if you like, to make the event safe and secure.
I think also as well, Emma, the thing is, it's, you know, it's 3 or 4 months away. So, you know, who knows what the restrictions will be then.
Oh,
absolutely. I mean, even 2 weeks ago when we had the 2-meter rule, you know, Roxy, our ops manager, was kind of right. I was like, don't write plans yet because we're hoping for 1 meter, and that changes everything for our industry. And I love the challenge of things like that, because I think really good things come of it. I think
it forces people to think about things perhaps more than they needed to.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was chatting to my team yesterday, and we were saying, okay, so what actually is an exhibition? It's a market with a roof on. And think about your experience if you're going on a shopping trip, you know, and what do you want? A really crowded place where you can't get into the shops and everyone's just kind of browsing, or, you know, and it's fun, but it's, you know, there's nowhere to sit. And or do you prefer to be able to walk up to, you know, someone, you know, walk into a shop that you know and love, or one that you've just discovered and you want to know more about, sit down, have a meeting with them, you know, get up and go on to another meeting, still enjoy it. We've got some great stuff we're going to be doing with you, Neil, haven't we, in the Delegate Wranglers element of it, you know, and enjoy the day. And for exhibitors to sort of know who's coming beforehand, we've got an appointment system for the first time this year. So exhibitors will be able to, you know, do appointments, you know, invite people for appointments. You know, it's our job to kind of make that, you know, the essential element, if we can, of the event. And that's what we're working on, you know, and still having that CHS, you know, DNA weaved upon it.
Vibe.
You know,
Neil, I don't know if you've looked, but I've just noticed that the 27th of October is a Tuesday. You know what that means?
DW live from the show. Oh yes, like the sound of that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that, don't you? Absolutely. So no, we're really excited. I think people are desperate to get out now. You know, and yes, there are some people who, you know, won't be able to attend either due to, might still have travel or event bans on, might be shielding still, might be in Leicester. You know, there's always going to be things that kind of, but that's our job to make sure that we make the event as engaging as possible,
to look for
bring people in, you know, regardless of, you know, where they are and what have you. So we really respect everyone's position.
Got a couple of questions for you on that. And obviously, you're still looking for, you know, exhibitors and event organisers to come along. You know, I know when you first launched it, and I was asking you, you know, or you were asked how the show was going to be, and you said, you know, busy. It's busy at the moment. Do you kind of regret that now? Is it kind of? It's a bit of an unfair question to ask you, but do you kind of feel like you have to revise that a little bit now? And you know, and also what the second part of the question is, you know, is it going? Do you think people are still going to come? You know, essentially.
So the thing about being busy, no, I don't regret it. You know, because you all know we've all been busy. You know, for the last 3 months, I've not stopped for the last 3 months. Yeah, I've not been crowded once. So, and I think as exhibition organisers, we need to remind people that busy aisles or crowded aisles do not make a busy show. Appointments, meeting people, doing business, that gets you ROI, not lots of people, you know. And it's a great buzz at CHS Leeds under the TP. everybody there, and we still will create that buzz. We'll just be more spread out doing it, and you know, and again, it's a great challenge for us. So no, I think busy and crowded are two completely different things.
I think it's important. I think it's important to note to people as well that this is the first time you're doing appointments as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is really exciting, you know, for exhibitors, because it means you can get, you know, some proper, you know, appointments in the book. Tangible. You know that you're going to have a certain amount. Yeah. I think it's a really good move
beforehand how busy you're going to be and how much you have to work it, you know. And I think that, you know, it's got other days where you can kind of rock up an exhibition. I mean, these days have been gone for a while, and just say, oh yeah, you know, I'll see who's there. I think, you know, everyone's going to have to, you know, we're going to have to ask the buyers and reward them accordingly for, you know, doing those appointments and planning their day around what seminars they want to see, who they want to have drinks with, who they want to meet, you know, what they want to go to. So
when you say reward them, what do you mean?
Sorry?
When you say reward them, what do you mean?
So, well, we have our hosted buyer program anyway. So it's people will come to the show. There'll be if you travel for more than 90 minutes, you come, you get complimentary accommodation. Our main,
you do it fab.
Hotel partner is Park Regis. So most people know Ryan. He's been all over everything lately. We've been asking about the hygiene standards for hosted buyers, and I'm pretty sure that building has been cleaned to an inch of its life, the way that Ryan's talking about it. You know, there's all that. We have, so everyone gets complimentary meals. We're going to have a Delegate Wranglers lounge for people to have drinks. It's going to, you know, it's rewarded in terms of that sense of what we give you. And we're also working on, the event's not going to be kind of hybrid as we know it, but people who, buyers who want to experience it but can't be there, we're working on a whole initiative at the moment to really make those people feel part of it as much as possible. In fact, our strapline, if you can see it, is be a part of it. So whether you're there or you're going to enjoy it from home, we will absolutely be looking after you and guaranteeing you a good time.
Emma, again, slightly unfair question. Do you think people will come?
Yeah. And I do. The reason is so, for example, when the day we cancelled Leeds, within an hour, 50 people who got that email signed up for Birmingham straight away. The amount of emails we've had saying, you know, and even one of somebody from the industry said, "I will be there, Emma, to support you." You know, and I was like, "Yeah, but will you hug me?" She's like, "I might not hug you, but I will be there to support you." You know, and it's kind of, you know, exhibitors, you know. Visit Scotland is a prime example. Teresa was, Emma, we're there to, you know, we love you, we're there to support you. We'll be there, you know, in Birmingham with bells on, kind of enjoying it. So, and I think and a lot of other events are going virtual at the moment. So I think that, you know, what we have to think about is events aren't delivered for the sake of having an event. An event is how we do what we do. What we do is human connection, peer-to-peer networking, impromptu meetings and ideas, you know, getting Jan Dennings on the call now.
She's commenting quite a lot today.
So CHS Leeds last year, she met her hero Simon Rimmer, who was one of our speakers, and it was a sight to behold when she wanted her photo taken with him. She ran across that exhibitor.
I can imagine it. I've seen her in action.
If anyone captured it on video, can we have it, please?
Absolutely. But you know what? You can't do that when it's virtual. You know, I went to an event years ago, I was thinking like this, you know, where Richard Branson was speaking. I went up and met him, asked him to autograph my book. He can't autograph my book when he's 3,000 miles away online. We want to come together. We want to get that energy. We want to feel what we do. And I think absolutely people want to be
there. Thing is, Emma,
and some won't, but I think majority will.
I think we were talking about this the other day, you know, Delegate Wranglers, we're going to be there. You know, we're talking about doing something really cool at the show. So watch this space, everyone. But we were talking the other day to say, I think people are going to be ready for it, you know, providing everything's safe. And I think things will move on by then personally. You know, I think, you know, the distancing or whatever, there'll be new regulations by then, you would think. I think if people are going to be ready for it. And if I'm right, you're going to be the first show that's going to have that kind of impact in real life, isn't it, really?
Well, it depends on what's happening elsewhere, but there's, certainly the
first UK one,
domestic, first you get like kind
of
domestic show, and so I think there'll be, and it's not, if you think it's the end of October, so it's still 4 months away. Who will be ready by the end of October to politely say wave goodbye to 2020? And celebrate sort of the end of this year looming and welcoming 2021. I know it's not the 31st December, but
it's gonna feel like it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And look, you've said yourself, Neil, today how many more inquiries are coming through on Delegate Wranglers. And I think in terms of from an exhibitor perspective as well, is one of my favourite sayings is, if you want to do business, go to the place where business gets done. So Delegate Wranglers is one of those examples. It's not a physical place on the Facebook group, but that's where business gets done. You have to be there to know what inquiries are coming through. Exhibitions, not just ours, all exhibitions, is where business gets done. And if you want to be, looking and fighting for 2021, then I would be there, or, just get involved.
Just get involved.
I'm not the only show. I'm not saying it has to be ours, but get out there and get that.
Get support the industry, get us moving again.
I've seen a couple of people comment. I've seen a couple of people commenting that they've just registered to attend. I think the last one I saw was Sophia Ferguson saying I've just registered to attend. And lots of people saying we're going to be there.
On our website right now, it's like a pre-registration thing where you can sign up and then you get updates. And I mean, the best place to get updates is from that sign up, and also
now would be a very good time for one of your team to drop a link to the registration site in the comments below. So please do that.
Be really good time. I think one thing we can guarantee is that we're still going to get the the CHS atmosphere that we know and love. So
Neil, look, go back to the Ibiza party. I can create a party in this apartment on my own, so I can definitely create a party at CHS Birmingham with a meter between us all. It's going to be fine. You can trust me on that.
A meter between me and Neil, a meter between me and Neil's a little bit too close for my liking.
God. Kilometers more better, to be honest. Anyway, speaking of Murdo, so Dom, I don't know if we can bring Murdo in. Murdo, hello, how are you?
1 second, let's get him
in. 1
second. See. Come on, Dom.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just going to point out that for the first time in 19 episodes, Neil sent me a script for this show and he's just gone slightly off it.
That's perfect. I'm perfect timing. Anyway, do we have Murdo?
We are about to have Murdo. He is right here now. Good afternoon, Murdo.
Hey, everybody. Hi. How you doing?
Have you unmuted?
How you doing, Murdo?
Can you hear me now?
We can indeed.
Yes. Yes, we can hear you. Yeah. We thought it'd be a good idea to bring you in and tell us, your experience of CHS. You've worked with Emma for a few years now, providing the bar services at Leeds and much more. Do you want to tell us a bit about that and what your thoughts on are?
I have, and we have, and Emma, when you were talking there about CHS last year, brought back lots of fond memories. We worked with Emma, and we supported and ran the VIP Rockstar Bar. Which was fun. Juggling bartenders and creative cocktails and creating like a real first-class kind of hospitality environment where people felt like a really vibrant and fun atmosphere. I mean, I think it was testament to the fact that the whole place was completely jammed. I think it was 1 in, 1 out for most of the day. I don't think anyone wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, but that was really fun. And also the night before at Harvey Nichols, we supported with lots of cocktails aplenty as people came in.
Oh, what a night that was.
A little bit dangerous the night before the show.
What a night that was. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant that night. I absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. Yeah, really amazing. So do you want to tell, obviously the theme for the show is all about, adapting and moving forward. Obviously, I guess like all of us, you've had to adapt your business as well. Do you want to tell us a bit about, what you've had to do?
Yeah, I mean, over the last 9 years, I've built like a strong business which is based around supplying first-class pop-up bar services for business events like exhibitions and decadent private parties. Now, in the latter years, there's been sort of 200 to 400 guests at all these events. So I mean, clearly that was a real issue when COVID came along.
Yeah.
The day lockdown happened, I got my team together and we cracked the idea to start a home delivery drink service called Drinks to Your Door Superheroes.
Yeah, amazing.
So we did that on day one. We got a lot of support from the actual brands, you know, the spirit brands and the mixer brands that were going in the delivery boxes, so we could give real value. And that was their point of difference. And we actually delivered 7,000 drink serves over lockdown weeks.
Wow.
It's amazing how friendly people are when you deliver alcohol to their doorstep.
I bet they are. So I know that you've got these virtual cocktail making and hampers and grazing hampers and drinks that you do. Do you want to tell us a bit more about those and, you know, what they can, you know, how you can actually use them in your online conferences and things like that?
Yes. So when I realized how long this pandemic was going to last, I realized that we needed to adapt in different ways. So what we're doing is we're doing virtual online cocktail making. So for maybe groups of 10 to 50 people, this is a great way of like engaging people online. So if a manager wants to keep all their home-based working staff engaged and interested and create a memorable experience, then we jump onto their Zoom call. The day, I don't know if you can see this down here, but the day prior, we would deliver like a lovely hamper with everything needed. And then everybody would shake a cocktail simultaneously. Then we do something like really quirky and ask them to like garnish the cocktail with the most weirdest and wonderful thing they can find from their home.
Got you right.
Lots of laughter.
So you basically deliver it prior to the event as kind of like almost like a delegate part of the delegate pack, if you like, and then maybe ask them to all open it on, you know, during the event or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it brings people together. It's something memorable, and they've obviously got these like actual items that they can keep in their home thereafter. So
yeah, I think it's fantastic.
Thank you. And that's 10 to 50 people, and that's going really well. But then identified there's a need out there for maybe for 50 to 1,000 people. So imagine if you are planning a virtual conference, and the distraction rate can sometimes be high when it's a 3 or 4 or 5 hour conference. Like, how do you keep them engaged all the way through the day and create a bit of wow? So what we're doing is we're now delivering graze and drinks hampers, and so that the day can be punctuated with like colourful and like fun kind of premium snacks and a drink, because it's a great unifying thing when everybody can have a drink. 1,000 people all having the same drink and cheersing the same thing all at once. I mean, there could be like natural energy like this, something like this, or what we can do is we can pimp it up a bit and like give them like a prosecco, like a little mini prosecco like that in the glass. Because we always pimp it up a little bit, maybe like some chambord in the top. Like, we've got a decadent Key Royale. And one other thing that we're putting in these grace boxes. Now, I'm all about the craft of the cocktail through and through. But if we're sending out 1,000 boxes and you want like a really simple cocktail solution, what we are using is these nitro cocktails as well. So with nitro cocktails, what they are is there's nitrogen is infused inside the drink as soon as you flick it open. So you flick it open and then pour. This is an espresso martini. And the nitrogen infusing in the drink means that it gets like a really frothy top, like as if it's had... You can probably see that there.
That's amazing.
If, you know, like, so you can like drop on there some little coffee beans. You can even like deliver little coffee beans in a little jiffy bag.
So these are all the things that people can get and really share this experience together.
Yeah, so this is for the 50 to 1,000 people. They're like grazing on nice little snacks throughout the day, and then everybody can enjoy an espresso martini. I made that in like 5 seconds, and everyone can do that all at once. So these are the two ways that we've like really pivoting and bringing things forward to create unison, keep people engaged, have some fun.
Yeah. So if anyone's interested in that, what we'll do is we'll get some links for you and for the group to put on the wrap up afterwards, and how they can get in touch, find out a bit more about the cost and you know how much lead time you need for these kind of things as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Well, it's quite an important question, Neil. How much lead time do you need?
Yeah. Right. So if you when we're putting everything together, the minimum is 2 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
So it's possible, in an emergency situation, we could do shorter, but a minimum of 2 weeks, and then we can have picked, packed, beautiful hampers for either cocktail making or graze hampers. Yeah.
Fantastic. No, I think they're really good, and I can't wait to hear what Emma's going to talk to you about for CHS Birmingham. Murdo's like, yeah, me too. Slightly worried.
I really want to try. I really want to try that nitrogen espresso martini because it's literally my favorite cocktail.
There we go. Cheers.
I'm thinking we do a DW live where everybody gets one of them. That's
I think I need to take one over, don't I? Yes. Come on over.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, but let's get Dom drunk on air. That's would be really funny.
27th of October. Watch it live only on Delegate Wranglers at 1:30.
Yeah. Oh, that should be good. No, Murdo, thanks very much. I really appreciate your support, and you know, really looking forward to finding out a bit more info about that. We'll put it in the wrap up afterwards. And thanks for your support. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, make sure we get some links that we can share out, Murdo, because Neil does the wrap up at the end of the show, and we'll make sure that you get links to the website and any other information that you want to send out.
Yeah,
and if you've got anything that you want to send Murdo's way, then just get in touch with him.
Oh, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, Dom, have we got Emma in the room?
We have got Emma. She's on the screen now.
Emma.
She's with us. We've got Murdo too.
Emma, so I bet you've been looking at that cocktail. Want to get involved again?
I couldn't hear Murdo. I can't hear you. I have no idea, Murdo, what you said. Sorry. I'll have to listen to it back on the replay. It looks bad. It's making me thirsty, but is it? Almost time.
It's almost cocktail o'clock. Yeah. So speaking of which, Emma, quick fun question. What's the first thing you think you're going to do when, I know we're allowed to go to the pub on Saturday, but when we get back to normal, pub, restaurant, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a nice meal.
Yeah, me too.
I've been doing a lot of cooking since lockdown, which has been really good. But yeah, I've been watching a few sort of, there was a great program on TV last night with Fred Sirius going around Venice. I've been watching old episodes of The Trip. Yeah. So nice, and I quite fancy a bit of a road trip as well. Kind of trying to check out some nice restaurants and boutique hotels around the UK. I'm going to try and single-handedly basically rescue our industry. I'm going to go into all the hotels that need business and try and stay in them and give them money.
I think we'll all be there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Do you know what? We should see it, Neil. We should see if we could do that. There must be enough people that own venues in this group that could share with us their location, and then we can allow people to plot routes around it, so we can all go visit them and have food around the country. That's got to be a good idea.
Yeah,
we've got 20,000 members here, and we all went away for a couple of nights in the UK. Like, just think about what that would do.
We boom it, wouldn't we?
Industry.
Absolutely.
Actually, let's also put
a campaign coming up.
Absolutely. Let's also put this to the group. What's the first thing that you're looking forward to doing once we kind of get back to a little bit of normality, which really starts to happen after Saturday, once the pubs and restaurants start to reopen? Let us know what the first thing. Oh, in fact, Chris has popped up immediately. A meal someone else cooks and travel. Do you know? I'm with you on that.
Absolutely.
I can't wait for a meal.
Murdo, what's the first thing you're looking forward to, Murdo?
Oh, well, I'm quite new to this, but I have a 1-year-old and a 1-year-old son, and I can't wait to just give him away to my parents so he just get out of Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, that's so funny.
Hang on, there's some really good suggestions coming in here. So we've got Avtar, good afternoon. Nice to see you. And actually, I will just mention Avtar briefly because they had their 10th anniversary, their 10th anniversary of operation last week. And I know that he ended up celebrating pretty much by himself at home. So again, as and when we can all get together, Avtar, we will celebrate your 10th anniversary because I know how big a deal that is. Anyway, he said CHS are masters at bus parties.
Oh, we are.
Mandy Jennings says, let's do it.
Help of what is it? Buses for Homeless. We had a great party with them when they supported us at our London Mice Forum. Yeah, it was a great party on the bus.
Yeah, Mandeep says party bus time. Craig McGee said the best parties in Glasgow, though. And Jude says DW Monopoly game, a drink at each place on the board. Now,
I like that. There are some games.
If you want to plan that, Jude, well. You get on it.
Yeah. I tell you what, mine's going to be 20k party. Bring it on.
Well,
as soon as we can. Trust me.
Absolutely. We'll all be there to support you, Neil.
It's going to be, yeah. We were planning it. We were kind of about to launch. Well, we were about 2-3 weeks away from kind of launching.
I was going to say we were having quite a lot of conversations about your 20k party just before this happened.
I know.
Just don't make it virtual. We want to be there. Do not make
it.
We want to
be in real life. Yes, absolutely,
but
in real life.
It's our second birthday on the 1st September, and I was planning to do a party, but I'm going to delay it slightly, and I'll probably push it back to the end of the year or early into the new year. But I want to get on organising that.
Yeah. So Emma, I know we've been talking about a lot of stuff moving forward. Have you got any kind of takeaways about positivity and moving forward for the gang that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think for me, number one is always gratitude. I am so grateful for so many things, like being here, the comments, the team. I know not everyone's in a great place, but things like the fact we've got furlough, we've got the bounce back loans, all that kind of stuff. And I think if you're feeling down, take some time to write a list of all the things you're grateful for, and it will it'll get you feeling better. Stay informed. Make sure you go to the right places. There's a lot of pity parties going on online. If you're getting enthralled in them, stay away from them, and go to the right place for the right information. Write a plan, write an exciting plan, write a plan of all the kind of what ifs, the amazing stuff that could happen, not just the scenario planning, the ones. Yeah. And, finally, take action, get out there, do something,
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. And talk to us if you want to, exhibitors or buyers, if you're feeling nervous or you want to do stuff, but you've got, obstacles or restrictions. Where there's a will, there's a way. We've always got a plan.
We're always saying that. If you need us or need to talk to us,
absolutely,
just as friends or as a bit of advice or whatever, or help with anything, the Delegate Wranglers, we're here for you. And I mean, me personally, me and Diane personally, but also the group as well. We're always here. We're always there to help people. And I think what you're doing, Emma, you're a really good example of somebody who's driving all this thing forward with your team, and adapting and moving forward. It's amazing. You never change as well. You never change. You're always the same. Always smiling. So
I've just realised that we've still got Murdo sitting waiting here, and I think it's important we let him go. Unless there's anything else you want to cover with him, Neil, I'll say personally, thanks for doing this, Murdo. Thanks for supporting the group and for this show. I look forward to trying one of the nitrogen cocktails very soon.
Oh, thank you, Dom. There's one winging its way over to you.
He's doing anything for a freebie, isn't he? What's he like? Hey, anything. Shameless.
It wasn't that, but I just wanted to give him a chance to drop out of the conversation. So thanks for joining us.
See, he dropped all the hints. He dropped all the hints. So it's our second anniversary. Could do with some drinks.
Can't say anything.
You name it. No. So, no, Murdo, thanks, mate. You've been a superstar. Can't wait.
I'll see you both soon.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Take care.
Bye, Murdo.
So, Dom, I've just seen a few more comments about things that people are going to be doing. A really funny one.
Go on, jump in. I'll get in the comments. Let's have a quick look and see.
Okay, Jude said it was actually a comment to Murdo. Are you going to deliver your lad to your parents in one of those little baskets?
I've just seen that.
Oh, which is a really good one.
I like that idea. Charlotte said time away I've got Charlotte. Time away for a few days out in London with good food and company. We should hire a minibus coach and get touring. Yep.
Yep.
Tia said parties need to come ASAP. Avatar again says it's people who make this industry, which is absolutely true. Kathy says, oh yeah, can't wait for a party. Congrats on the 20k, Neil. And it's well worth the congrats. Craig said gratitude is massive. Practice it every day. The best thing I have been most grateful for is I've not had to iron for over 3 months. It's the little things,
Me
eh?
too. All I wear is kind of sports things that I don't have to iron. Just pick them up, wash them, put them back on again. Nice and easy. Yeah.
No, there's some really
anyway,
lovely
thanks
comments.
everyone for it. Emma, thank you so much for being.
Oh no, thank you.
So amazing, and keep doing what you're doing. And
Yes.
can't wait for the show in Birmingham. It's going to be great.
4 months' time.
Yeah, watch this space, everyone. We'll have details of Delegate Wranglers as well. We're going to have, I don't know if to call it a stand or a lounge or something of that kind of ilk.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be big. Yeah, it's going to be big.
And
So make sure you'll come.
And there probably will be some form of live stream from there, right?
I've already got those ideas swirling now. I'm thinking, live cocktail demo from the stage,
If only we knew a good live streaming company.
I know.
Or
if
a good
you
cocktail maker.
or a good cocktail maker.
Do you know any, Dom?
No, and I don't know any decent groups to stream it into anyway.
Oh.
I'll let you have that one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, Emma, thanks very much. You've been amazing.
No, thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. And thank you, everybody, for your kind comments. I've not seen them yet, but I'm sure I'll get to see them at some point.
Yeah. Thanks,
Emma.
Yeah,
please do, Emma, because they're really lovely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Emma, we'll say goodbye. Thank you very much for joining. We'll see you very soon.
Cheers. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Emma. So, Dom, another show.
Yes.
How we doing?
We're good. We've had some really lovely comments coming in on this. We've had 50, 60 people consistently watching all the way through. LinkedIn, we've had some lovely comments coming on. I think you've had a couple come in on YouTube as well. The one place I've never actually looked to see if we get any comments is on Twitter. We should check that just to see what happens over there. So if you are watching on Twitter and we haven't said hello to you, then please forgive us. We will try and come to you next week.
So if any of you guys would like to get involved with supporting the show, like there has been today, please get in touch. We love supporting the the industry and the group and the suppliers. So please drop us a line if you'd like to get involved. Big thanks to Emma and thanks to Murdo again. We've got some shows coming up, Dom. Some shows one where it's just me and you. That's a bit scary.
Well, I think more scary is the fact that next week you're by yourself.
Okay.
I warned you immediately before. Yeah, that's it. Yes, next week we have Alison Courier doing an Instagram masterclass. Now, unfortunately, I can't be here, but fortunately, it's because we're actually going out to work on our first live event since March, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. There's a tiny number of people in the room, but we're going to run the cameras for a global live stream, which would be amazing. But it does mean that we have to leave Neil in charge of everything that happens here, which will terrify him, but it'll be absolutely fine, won't it?
It'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Black screen. I don't know.
But it's going to be a really good show next week.
And really good show.
I'm disappointed to be missing it because we've had some really good masterclasses, and you were right to point this one out when we were talking on the LinkedIn one actually, that we needed to cover Instagram because it's a massive tool for some businesses. I think Murdo uses it quite a lot. I've seen some stuff of theirs, so I'm really glad that's happening.
We've had quite a lot of interest in it already. People signing up. Look out for the links to sign up for to register for it, guys, because we'll send you like a notification of when it's starting and what's happening and stuff like that. So we've had good interest in it. I think it'll be really good. It's about Instagram for business. Some basic tips. Some pro tips as well of what to do, when to do them. There's so much to learn about Instagram. So much to learn.
Yeah, there is an awful lot, and I'm not bad on Instagram, but I could be so much better. So, regardless of the fact that I won't be here next week, I will absolutely be watching that one back for the content, not just to see you, not just to see how you manage.
See me flounder.
And then the week after, on the 14th, which I am going to be here for, which is a good job because it's just you and me. We're going to be talking about the gamification of online events. It's always felt to me like it's the natural next kind of online event related subject. we are not coming into this with a huge amount of knowledge or expertise. We are going to be reliant on the audience, our lovely people in this group and at home, to come in and give us some ideas and suggestions on the use of gamification in online events, but actually also the use of gamification in the physical world as well. What are you going to be doing to incentivize? You know, as Emma was talking about earlier, rewarding people for coming to the show, perhaps, but also rewarding people for traveling around the show and getting involved with the shows as they evolve. And I think it's a really interesting. It's going to be a really interesting. Has the potential to be a really interesting show. But we would love to have you on if you know a little bit about this subject, because Neil and I really don't. It would be really great if you could get in touch with Neil through the group, or
we will be putting a note out. I will put a note out on the group, asking for a shout for anybody who wants to get involved with it and help us out. You know, or dial in. We're going to do it as a phone in, I think, aren't we, as well?
Well, the phone-ins have worked. It's very, very 80s. It's a little bit, it's a little bit Philip Schofield back in the 80s and 90s. Going live. I was trying to think of that. But it's worked on the 2 occasions that we've done it. It's worked really well. So I'm really quite hopeful that we can make it work again. So that's on the 14th of July. And I think that's it in terms of updates, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. In terms of everything, we've got some more shows coming up soon. As I say, if you want to get involved with sponsoring any of these shows, you know, drop me a line. I can give you some more details after the show. It'd be great to have more of you guys on board. And please spread the word about these shows. You know, they're really good things. You can learn things. You know, you can hear to industry experts like Emma, you know, talking about her, you know, about their the things they've done and, you know, what they've learned and things like that. So lots of things to do. That's us for another week, I think.
It is us for another week. You won't see me next week because I'm away. You will be back with Neil on Tuesday, the 7th of July at 1:30, live on Delegate Wranglers, live probably on YouTube and Twitter as well. Maybe not on my LinkedIn profile for that one. Thank you very much for joining us. I've absolutely loved this conversation. We've had some really lovely comments. It was lovely to have Emma in conjunction with Murdo from Zest Mixology. We will see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.